So, ang Sumerian, sila yung nag-develop. The earliest wheels were probably made of wide tree planks held together by cross pieces with a hole in the center of the axe. In some places, a solid disc cut from a log was used. So, ito yung explanation ng ginamit ng Sumerian people para gumamit ng wheel o yung tinatawag natin ngayon na mga tires. For many centuries, the invention of the wheel had little effect on transportation, for there were few roads. Those that existed were too rugged and bumpy for long trips of car or wagon. Early wheels vehicles were used as funerals, wagons, military carriages, and farm carts. So dito na paunti-unting gumaganda yung ating mga sasakyan dahil mayroon na tayong mga wheels invented. So, ang wheeled vehicles came into general use in Egypt about 1675 BC. So, sa Egypt, ito unang ginawa. At the time, Egypt was invaded by people from Asia called the Hyksos. Okay, the people from Asia called Hyksos was the first people invaded the Egypt. Okay. The Hyksos brought with them a vehicle the Egyptians had never seen before. Okay. So, ang gumawa pala nito is yung mga Hyksos na galing sa Asia. A spoke-wheeled chariot drawn by a horse. The Egyptian copied this design and roads in order to trade goods between. Most of these roads were not proper roads, but merely unpaved, worn-down trails. Only cities had paved roads. So, until now na ang mga cities lang ay mayroong mga railways, mayroong mga tinatawag nating SLEX, NLEX na nag-exist ang ating mga train. In the 1st century BC, the Zhou dynasty of China was known for its fine road system. There were so many carriages on the roads that it became necessary to establish speed limits and other traffic regulations. So dito na naman sa China na gumanda na yung kanilang traffic regulations. The Great Wall of China, one of the 7 wonders of the world, is a prominent structure of the roadway. Okay, it was built to protect Chinese traders from bandits. Chinese traders then traveled by foot and a pole to carry their goods. All of the ancient peoples, the Romans were the first road builders beginning in the 4th century BC. Sila yung kauna-unahang nag-create ng kanilang mga daanan. The Roman built smooth, hard surface roads wherever they ruled from England. They built roads that have many sections and are still in use today. So, still now, nakikita pa rin yan. We have in progress in land transportation came into half after the fall of the Roman Empire, 400s AD. For the next several hundred years, during a period known as the Dark Ages, Europe was torn by wars which brought an end to trade and commerce. So, during this time, sa trade and commerce, meron tayong nag-evolve na Dark Ages, which is Europe is natalo sa mga wars. So, makikita natin, if you notice na ang subject na to is masyadong boring sa lahat. Aside from aside from arson. So, ito is isa sa mga subject sa akin na napaka-boring. Pero, kung hindi mo ito paglalaanan ng panahon, so, mahihirapan kang pumasa ng board exam. So, people traveled little and fell into despair. Carriages were not used frequently and riding on horseback became the cheap means in transportation. So, nung unang panahon, ang parating ginagamit ng tao para siya ay makapag-transport ng halimbawa, messages ng mga cargos is yung horse kasi mabilis siyang tumakbo. There were few developments in the land transportation under rigid horse cellar. An iron horse shoes were invented in the 900s. Okay, rigid horse cellar and iron horse shoes. Para hindi mahirapan yung mga kabayo natin, so nag-invent sila ng horse cellar and iron shoes na pinapasuot sa mga kabayo. Before then, a horse was harnessed by straps that crossed its beast. When the horse moved forward, the straps pressed on its windpipe and choked it. Thus, the job of pulling heavy loads fell into the more solidly built oxen, which went strong but slow. With the improved horse cellar, the horse could pull it to travel a heavy load without being choked. In addition, makikita natin na para hindi tawag dito, hindi mahirapan huminga ang mga kabayo during this time. So, gumawa sila ng horse cellar para hindi nahihirapan yung kabayo. In addition, the new shoes protected the horses, enabling it to travel faster and for longer distances. These two inventions greatly speed up transportation on land. So, this is the itong binabasa natin, ito yung history, development, kung paano nag-evolve yung means of travel natin, means of mobility natin. So, starting from yung tao, naglalakad, hanggang sa natutong sumakay sa kabayo, so hanggang sa gumawa na siya ng mga carts, so hanggang sa naging sasakyan na ito, sasakyan pandagat, sasakyan himpapawid, sasakyan sa roads. In Europe, toward the end of the Middle Ages, trade and commerce increased. So dito na, during sa Europe, Middle Ages ito, so ang kalakaran sa trade, nilalabas natin, nag-export tayo, nag-import, at saka commerce increased. So dumarami yung pangangailangan ng tao, so bringing about the need for a better roads and improved vehicles. So dahil doon, kinakailangan din natin ng mabilisan, kasi nga kapag maganda yung development infrastructure ng isang country, is maganda rin yung takbo ng pera. As a result, the coach was invented in Hungary in the 1400s. Okay, kita natin ha. The coach, which enabled groups of people to travel together, was a closed carriage support by leaders straps between four wheels. So ito yung during 400s sa Hungary na invent ang couch. The straps acted as spring to make ride more comfortable. The driver sat away from the passenger in an elevated seat at the front of the couch. Stagecoach service began in Europe in the 1600s. The stagecoach traveled a regular route, stopping at set point or stages to change horses and allow passengers to eat and rest. Stagecoaches came into use in the American colonies about 756 with the setting up of a stagecoach service between Philadelphia and New York. A little more than 150 years earlier, the first settler in the New World had found the land unmarked by roads. So, this one is very timely consuming. So, I'm expecting everyone after giving you this module, so I'm expecting everyone to read a little, give a little more effort to read. So, kahit kakaunti lang, malaman natin kung ano yung proseso, kung paano nag-evolve yung evolution ng ating traffic management.